if we leave, if you leave the listener just with that, it's like that pause. It's like, what do you say? What do you, I mean, really, what do you say? Like yours, Christine. It was just absolutely beautiful. You have no excuses there. We're in the same writing group together. Okay, so she has stepped out, and that was a gorgeous poem. So what I would like to do, I would like to read a couple from Journey On. It's my poetry book that I self-published, and it was like 15 years in the making. Not that it was intentional to ever be a book, because the title of the book came from the back of a bus at the Philadelphia airport. I kid you not. I kid you not. Otis and I were waiting for our car at the shuttle, and a shuttle went by, and it stopped by us. And, in Philadelphia, it's grimy, and it was hot and sticky, and it was. Then you got the exhaust from the bus, and I looked up and I see on the back of the bus, "Journey On, period." I go, that is such a cool title. It's just a cool title. So anyway, it comes from many different places where, like you said, observation is one big writing prompt in itself. And we're going to talk about that. But I'm going to talk about, this is called Dimmed by the Dashboard. Pulling into a Salina truck stop, the dashboard lights dim, the purring engine ceases, the rotating 18 wheels halt. Your headlights scope out the open skies of the West, Colorado, Kansas, Arizona, and New Mexico. Driving is all you know, like your father and his father before him. Drowned by miles of prairie dust, desert heat, and mountain snows, you pause to study the fuel gauge. Humming along to the drone of the road, I search through crackling stations on late night AM, dropping in on a hokey call-in show. Who do you want to dedicate a song to? I say to myself, a lonely trucker. No, his wife. Play Living Between the Moon and New York City. I stop the station wagon. The crunch of gravel underneath four wheels turns to silence. Waiting outside our mountain home, I gaze at the odometer, mileage apart, mileage together, the ledger of years, coated by iridescent moonlight, swirls on the dirt-encrusted dashboard. Looking beyond the dark, the unspoken quiet bleeds into the dawn, and the light between us remains unchanged, undimmed. One of my favorites in Journey On is called Cornsilk. This was written about my grandparents. I go back in time to when I was, maybe 10, 11 years old, and it is a summer night back with my grandparents at their home, and how our family dinners out on the back porch used to be. This is called Cornsilk. My grandmother Cora picks fern pea pods and dangling green beans that stretch to the cool black earth. She sails up and down the aisle of corn stalks, picking, husking. Sunflowers hover to shade her bent shoulders with their golden faces. My sister and I sit on the white rail fence with our sweaty brown pigtails, wondering if her hair was ever long, ever blonde enough to be cornsilk. We wear faded dish towels tied around our necks, threadbare drapes of checkered blue and white. The dinner table bulges with mismatched Pyrex bowls, holding tomatoes, sweet corn, and tender beans. Glass pitchers of iced tea with floating lemon circles glimmered in the marmalade-colored dusk. Sweet cream butter melts into crevices of snow-yellow kernels. Baking powder biscuits crumble onto Cora's summer-stained tablecloth. My grandfather nonchalantly whacks a blood-swollen mosquito on his arm. He does not miss. Grandmother does not have many summers left to eat tomatoes or butter her husband's biscuits. She serves slices of rich pound cake smothered in strawberries frosted with sugar. My sister and I take one more swing on this hazy night before the full moon comes. We giggle until stars blink between oak branches. Crickets fiddle and fireflies dance among the blueberry bushes and Queen Anne's lace. Cora sighs, hating to see August leave. My grandfather takes her hand and brushes a single tassel of corn silk off her shoulder. Thank you.